Alright guys, so welcome back to another Forex video, Advanced FX here. Um, Firstly I want to say if you guys are not following me on my Instagram, make sure you guys go ahead follow me on Instagram at Advanced FX. Alright, the link will be down below in the description. Alright, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and just give us a subscribe and a like and a share. We'll appreciate that. um yeah, I know I haven't been uploading for so long, but I hope you guys really understand. I'm trying to improve on my craft itself, and also trying to bring as much value to you guys as possible. All right, so with all of that being said, today we'll be just breaking down a few pairs for you guys. I'm gonna try to do this more often, so you guys let me know in the comment section if you guys like these sort of videos. I'll definitely try to do these videos more often, but I need video ideas from you guys. What you guys want to see, what you guys don't want to see, what you guys like, what you guys don't like, what you guys are struggling with, so I can actually clear up with some of you guys' doubt. Alright? So, if you're a beginner, you guys can just hit me up on my Instagram if you guys want, a good mentor to help you to understand the Forex market. Or if you are even at an intermediate level where you feel stuck and don't know, yeah, you're just confused with certain things, you guys can hit me up as well. We have you know mentorship for that as well, to clear you guys doubts and give you guys as much information that can bring you to a profitable trader. So make sure you guys go ahead and join the awesome community. We have a lot of content coming out. All right, for the community, it is at a cheap cost. It is basically a subscription. You guys just go ahead and join the community. We also have a free section. So as you guys can see, we are not just catering for persons that have money, but we are catering for persons that don't really have it. But I implore you guys to join the mentorship, because we have crazy stuff in the mentorship and you guys won't regret it at all. Alright, so best thing you guys can possibly do right now is just improve on your craft and take the game to a next level. Invest in yourself, and all, to actually improve yourself. And some of you guys might know that you are struggling with a particular thing, but still scared to invest in yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, it will only benefit you. Alright, but without too much yabbering and all that, let us get into the video breakdown. Alright, so firstly, I'm starting with Euro USD, on the daily time frame. And the reason why I'm looking at the daily time frame is because I just want a bigger picture of what the daily time frame is actually doing, right? So firstly, what I can see is that price basically in an overall uptrend. Price haven't really broken any significant level for me. I was looking at this level to go long right here. That line was really not straight. Well, I can't draw a straight line, guys, so suit me. Alright, so I was looking at this level right here to go long, right, this zone. If you guys are in the free section of the community or in the paid section, you guys will know why. Alright, but price honestly looks like it is going to break with this strong bearish momentum. Alright, so if price break this structure, we're looking to go along in this region here. Right, I don't say price can't just continue going down, but at the end of the day, we'll still be looking for longs, because this is just showing us overall uptrend. Alright, so we don't really use our daily time frame to really trade. We mostly use the lower time frames. So let us just drop to the 4 hour time frame and see what we are looking at. Alright, so on the 4 hour time frame, as you guys can see, let me just work on daily and market zone. um, Price has tapped into this point of interest here. Alright, price has just tapped into that point of interest. So if you go on the 4 hour time frame, you guys can see this a bit clearer. Price has just returned to this area after price has broken this structure, and price was basically consolidating for so long, and then price has finally returned to this area. So if you guys realize, price has broken this sort of low, and other minor structures here, so price can potentially pull back to this zone right, and then continue to go down. So if that is the case, we will definitely capitalize on some short opportunities. But if price wants to respect this sort of order block here, we refine that down to potentially this order block, this 1 hour order block, right, in this zone, which would be the 50%. So we want price to basically mitigate 50% of this POI, right, for us to look for taking price much higher, right? So if we get a full mitigation of this 50% POI, then we look for longs as long as we get the confirmation, which is break of structures, right? So we're looking for break of structures. We can look to go long, right? Looking for something of that sort. So what we'll basically be looking for is a low, a lower low and a fail low, right, to basically go along. We have different ways we can enter this, but I won't really talk about everything here on YouTube. For persons that is in the paid section in my community, they will get all the sauce and all that. Alright, so what I'm looking at right now is basically price leaving inefficiency. Areas need to be filled. As you guys can see, inefficiency is basically strong selling and no buying, or strong buying and no selling. And as you guys can see, this is just 3 candles pushing down bearish, right? So this sort of inefficiency needs to be filled, whether in the future, so price can always come down here and then price can come back up here to fill that inefficiency, or price can just react from this POI, fill this inefficiency, right, and then continue to go down, or fill this inefficiency and continue going up. So the market is basically has a mind of its own. We can only use our analysis as an edge to really see what the market is, what the market can potentially do, but we can't tell exactly what the market will do. So hopefully we will get this reaction from this zone. If not, we'll be looking to get the reaction from this area, sort of area here. So we are looking at these two areas of interest to potentially go long, right? Not saying that we can't get sales in between, because you can always drop to the lower time frame, such as the 1 hour time frame, which I normally look for my trading opportunities on, because last week, if you guys realize, we had some nice trading opportunities to actually go along, but I did not capitalize on any of these moves, because we have had a strong push down, right? We have a pullback which forms a lower high, we have a lower low, right? Then we have this strong impulse move that came in and broke structure, right? So we were looking at this area for a point of interest for price to come back, tap into this area and then continue to fill all this inefficiency. But as you guys can see, this inefficiency did not fill until price actually came back over here to fill that inefficiency, right? So this is how the market actually moves, guys. If you don't fill it now, you will fill it on a later date. So price then actually pushes up, leaving behind inefficiency as well, which we get a point of interest right here. I did a forecast on this in my group as well, and it actually went as planned, but I did not take this trade because I said clear in the forecast that I'm not looking to trade this period because it's not moving how I want it to move. So if you realize, we leave inefficiency here and price actually came back, feel that inefficiency and then pushes up, right? And then what you see had happened, and I think this happened on Friday. You kind of have equal highs right there, but price then make this drastic pump to the downside, which there was a lot of selling opportunities in this sort of move. And actually I did take a trade around here, I think, and it ended up in a loss, and the emotions started to kick in, and it was Friday, so I just, what, I just leave the market, but yeah, we're basically looking to go long, from this area here. Once we get that confirmation, and how we get the confirmation, we go on the 1 minute time frames, or we want a 50 or a 2 minute time frame, to get a confirmation to break of structure, retest of structure. Well, not really retest still, because I don't want to sound like a retail trader method, but we want to see the break, of the most recent high, low high, and then a pullback to a area of interest to take price higher. All right. So for USD, we're looking for longs until price has shown something different, so you guys can keep that into consideration. So let's move on to Aussie dollar. For Aussie dollar now, Aussie dollar has been really, really, really choppy for so long, for a couple of weeks. Well, as you guys can see, there's just pure choppy price action, but of course, as an intraday trader, you can always get, trades on the lower time frame. So what I'm currently looking at on this pair is this area of interest right here. All right. Oh, this is wrong. This area of interest right here. All right, because if you guys realize, we had, let me show you something, we had this strong push down breaking multiple structures, well, two structures, substructure and a major structure. Right, so I was looking to go sort of short in this area, and then you realize price stop into this area, can sort of reacted to this area, but fail to continue to go down, but after I see this strong move pushing down and this strong move moving back into structure, I was kind of, I disregard this trade because I don't really like this strong bearish bullish formation sort of thing. And if you realize prices consolidate in this sort of region for, basically a couple of days, and then on Friday we will get this impulse move down. So what I'm looking at right now is this area, sort of area somewhere here, for price to come back and then, tap into this area and then come to this level, and hopefully we can get this get a good reaction from this zone, whether to take it long, or if price continue to break, we look for, selling opportunities. Well, I'm looking for this inefficiency to be filled. As you guys can see, it basically filled 50% of this inefficiency, but I'm looking for all of this to be filled, tap into this area of interest, and then we look to take price higher. Right, but for Aussie dollar, it has been super, super, super messy for the past couple of weeks, so we don't really see much trading opportunities on this trade, on this pair, but you guys can always drop to the lower time frames and get a better view and a better trade, and get better trading opportunities. We had this sort of, impulse down during the week, which would have tricked a lot of traders to look for, selling opportunities somewhere here. As you guys can see, price then seek liquidity above these highs, right? Because this is an equal high, and where we see equal highs, there is liquidity. So we could mark this on as, equal highs. I had this on my charts on Friday. So this is basically equal high, even though it is not, aligned. You don't have to be fully aligned. So if you realize price then came seek liquidity above, because you have person stop loss above this area, and person is looking to go long and person is looking, to go short with a stop loss just above the structure. So price then came up seek liquidity from that high, and then just strongly impulse down, in which we had trading opportunities, in between this sort of impulse down. But when price is just impulsing down, I don't really like to look for trading opportunities there. But you can always drop to the 1 minute time frame looking for your break of structure. Alright, your break of structure, pulling back to your area of interest, and look to take price lower and so on. Alright, so that is it for Aussie dollar. We just basically have to wait and see if we get a reaction from, this point of interest, or we going to continue lower, or if price just gonna continue to consolidate. So let us just wait and see what is up for this week. Let's move on to something else. So for GBP USD, it has not been really different, to be honest, in terms of price action, because price has been messy for quite a few days as well. Alright, if not weeks. Right, if you guys, we have this consolidation, but bear in mind this is on daily time frame, So drop into lower time frames, you can definitely see a lot of trading opportunities, right? And I'm going to show you one opportunity that I really missed, because I actually removed GU from my watch list on Monday, I think, and I missed that trading opportunity because of removing GU, because price was just moving messy, so I didn't want to get involved with GU. But for this on an overall time frame, we are looking still to go along. If you guys realize, price has tapped into this sort of area here, you know um, and then price just basically consolidating. So this can be an area of distribution or an area of accumulation to take price much higher, or just an area of distribution to let off orders and then continue, change direction to go back down, right? Because price since February 2021, right, price has not been to this era, right? So price has then came back to this zone, and we basically getting some sort of reaction from this area. So this was dropped to the lower time frames. The 4 hour is not saying much, but you guys can see the consolidation are much clearer, right? Let's go back to the deal. Let me show you guys a zone that I'm looking for. So this zone, I was looking at this zone, on the daily time frame. If you realize, price has tapped into this area here, and we got a strong reaction from that zone, right? So that would be the point of interest. If you guys realize, price then came tap into this zone, this would be basically be an equal low. So there is liquidity beneath this zone, so price then came, take out this liquidity beneath this zone, and then tap into a point of interest, and then strongly pushes up. Whereas price has then came back to this zone, start as area. For me personally, I'm still looking to go longs. If you realize, if I drop to the 1 hour time frame, you guys can see why I'm looking for long. So price was making this bearish structure going down, and then price has just impulse breaking this structure, right, and leaving inefficiency behind. So price then came back to fill this inefficiency, and of course we have a point of interest somewhere around here. So price has now tapped into this point of interest, but we still haven't got any confirmation. So we will just wait on price to develop how it wants to develop when the market opens, whether it's going to continue to break structure and then continue going up, or continue to tap into this order block to mitigate more of this order block, or whatever it wants to do. So let us just wait on the market for this pair and see what it wants to do. But I think on Monday we got a opportunity. Where was it? A nice trading opportunity which I actually missed out on. I sort of feel a way to miss out on this opportunity because I removed GU. I now I trade GU, but I removed GU for GJ because GU was moving messy. Yes, this was the opportunity right here. So we had this strong, we have this push up, right, breaking structure. We're looking at this area for price to come back to mitigate, but price then pushes up, form a higher low, and then continue pushing up, right? So what we had was this point of interest. We're looking at this point of interest right here, right, for price to then came back to. But honestly, I was looking at this whole thing as a range. I was just waiting on price to break out of this range, whether beneath or below, right? I was looking at in between structures and realizing that this was GJ and this was GU, and from here to here is a lot of pips, right? So I should have been looking at this trade. I don't know how I missed this. Price tap into this area right here for a point of interest, and as you guys can see, price strongly impulsed up, right? And this move right here, even though it doesn't look a lot, this is possibly 100 pip move. So it would be, the risk reward would be crazy on this trade, and jump into a 1 minute time frame to get a refined entry. This would be a sweet trade. So we could maybe get a 2 pip stop loss, 3 pip stop loss on this trade, and we'll probably get even 1 to 50 in just this small region. But no regrets, no regrets. Let's see what next week has for us. We're going to see if we can pay close attention to all the periods that are trade, to actually see if we can get some nice trading opportunities for this week because last week wasn't my best week, to be honest. And for GU now. GU has been moving super nice. To be honest, I really like how GU has been moving for quite a few days. If you guys realize, we are in an overall, bullish trend. All right. We have a strong impulse up. Of course, leaving inefficiency behind. If we drop on the lower time frame, you guys can see it's much clearer. But let us just mark this area of interest that we want price to return back to. Drop on the 4 hour time frame. So on the 4 hour time frame, you guys can see this much clearer, which was this strong impulse move. And obviously, with this strong impulse move, we know that institution got in, here. So basically, institutions, they need to come back to mitigate, some of their orders, in around this region, and then take price higher if they want to take price higher. So if you guys realize, price impulse up, and then price then, gradually came back to this point of interest. But guess what? In this sort of era, of course, this is the correction, because in a trending market, you have two phases. You have the impulse and you have the correction phase. Right? The impulse and you have the correction. Right? Or you won't actually have it like that. You will have it something like this: impulse, correction, impulse, correction. Right? So you guys have to identify. So this is the corrective phase, and some persons will stay out of the corrective phase, but this is tradable. There was a lot of trading opportunities here, and I actually saw this break of structure right here, strong impulse down, and of course we left imbalance behind. Price then came back to this area of interest, which I tried to take a short on last week. It was last week before last week, right? And I missed the move from here. FOMO started to kick in, then price came back, and I jump in around here, and price then kicked my ass, and I lost that trade. But from then, you realize prices, drop about 100 pips. This was a good risk reward. Actually regret I missed this trade, but it is what it is. Price then came back, tap into this order block, mitigate this order block. This is the order block from the higher time frame, of course. And then I think on Friday or Thursday, we got this strong impulse move up, right? So with this strong impulse move up now, we now leave inefficiency somewhere here to be filled, because institutions got in another position here, having leading this strong buy to the upside. So with us knowing that institution has got into this era, we are now looking for long opportunities once more instead of short. So our point of interest that we are looking for potential longs is in this region here. So of course this era here is tradable, but this is sort of a bit more messy because this is on the lower time frame. So we are just waiting for price to return to this era and then give us our break of structure, right? And then we can look to take price higher, right? So this is what I'm currently looking at, for this week. If I don't get this sort of reaction from GJ, right, and prices continue to going down, breaking beneath this area, I'm just gonna remove GJ from my watch list because I'm not really a fan of GJ. The only reason why I add GJ to my watch list was because GU was, moving a bit messy, but I want to be disciplined. Guys, I'm really sorry for the noise if you guys are hearing any noise, background noises. I really want to be disciplined with the pairs that I trade, because this is how you get to know the pairs that you trade on a daily basis, inside out, right? So you guys have to stick with the pairs regardless of how they are moving. If the pairs that you trade are moving, choppy, you guys just stay out of the market. Stick to your rules. Make a trading plan saying that you will only trade these sort of pairs. Get to know these peers, and if you are not getting that sort of reaction from the peers that you want, you just simply leave the market. Go ahead and find something else to do in the meantime, instead of sticking around the charts and letting FOMO get the best of you, and jumping on to other peers and so on that you know nothing about, or seeing somebody posting on Instagram about a peer that they catch a nice move on and then going to check it out. Those sort of things kind of mess with your emotions, and basically it kind of tampers you from becoming a successful trader. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this sort of breakdown. Let me know if you guys want me to continue these sort of breakdowns for you guys, right? And I will definitely continue these sort of series. So this is my first breakdown video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this forecast. Well, this is a forecast video actually. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. You know, as I said, follow me on my Instagram. Check out my links down below in the description. My mentorship. You know, I'm looking forward to see some of you guys um, as well. The first 10 persons that contact me about the mentorship, you know, I will give them a discount, of course. You know, so guys, make sure you guys, you know, follow me on Instagram and just ask me about the mentorship and so on and so forth. All right. Without further ado, you know, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.